All right, guys. So how's it going? Welcome back to the DUDECAST. This is episode 7, I believe. There's a This episode's not going to be really particularly coordinated, I guess. Like most of these shows usually are like about one subject in particular, and this one kind of switching it up a little bit because I was like, I haven't done a podcast in a while. Should probably make one because originally I was gonna make an Overwatch video, which that is still gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna make an Overwatch video at some point, because I just started playing it again. Um, but yeah, so yeah, this episode's kind of layered, kind of. Uh, there's a lot to talk about. Like in sports, uh, MLB, spring training has just started. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a Cubs fan. I'm not a die-hard Cubs fan because I don't really watch baseball as much as I do football, but I still watch baseball from time to time. And my dad is a my dad. That's what I was gonna say. My dad is a die-hard Cubs fan. Uh, so yeah, spring training has just started. Um, and you got in wrestling news, you got Bobby Lashley winning the WWE Championship on Monday Night Raw this week. You got in AEW, which I don't even watch AEW. I just kind of watch the highlights of it, I guess. Shaquille O'Neal apparently fucking wrestled, which I didn't. That came out of nowhere. But I guess he did good. He went through a table, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really going to talk about that on this show. That's all I'm going to talk about. On Shaquille O'Neal went through a table this week. In football news, free agency. There's been a lot of rumors about Russell Wilson, and one of his top choices for possible team to get traded to is the Bears. So that's got everyone very on the nose, I guess. And then in my personal life, things are about to get really interesting because my family and I, we're about to get a new puppy here soon, like next week. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. So let's start off with in no particular order. Let's start off with Wilson. All right. So for those of you who don't know, there have been many rumors that Russell Wilson it could possibly be traded this year. And I don't remember what were his top team. One of his top teams is the Bears, which is pretty interesting. But you also got other teams like the was it the Raiders? I think so. I think it was the Raiders, the Cowboys, and I know there was another one. I just can't think of it. But I know there was the Cowboys for sure and the Bears, and possibly the Raiders. But a lot of Bears fans are speculating that he might go to the Bears for a lot of different reasons. Something to do with his wife. I guess my dad was talking about that with like his wife and stuff, and how she's like mainstream, and how her husband playing in Chicago, that would make like huge money for her, and like, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, his brother lives in Chicago apparently, and it also came out that he said that he would love to play for the Bears. That's got everyone hyped. Would I love to see Wilson on the Bears? Yeah. Oh, fucking absolutely I would. Like, are you kidding me? It's Russell Wilson. Like, I was saying when I started hearing about these, I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome and all, but we need a better O-line first. But then again, keep in mind, the Seahawks O-line is not really that good. I mean, Wilson is constantly getting sacked. Constantly. And, like, the Bears honestly, like if I had to like compare the Bears O line to the Seahawks O line, it'd probably be the same, pretty much. Um, but he would have a good defense on the Bears. Um, yeah, like I just the thought, just the idea that we are, if Wilson were to get traded, we're one of his top picks. That's just like that's I don't know what to say there. Like like how would that work? You know, like it's one of those things where like you can picture it, but like at the same time it's like you can't. And it's just like it's really weird. But like it kind of puts a smile on your face a little bit, and then like you're also like, maybe this won't happen, maybe this will, maybe not. I don't know. But either way, it's pretty exciting news, to say the least. Like we would have in the NFC, like if you were to get traded to the Bears in the NFC North, you would have Rodgers, Wilson, Goff, and Cousins. That's a pretty decent like matchup of quarterbacks, especially like if Wilson did get traded to the Bears and the Packers keep, which it sounds like they are going to keep Rodgers at least for a couple more years. We could very well see Wilson versus Rodgers possibly 2 times a year. Do you have any idea how awesome that would be? It'd be awesome. I mean, Wilson led a very flawed Seahawks team to the playoffs like almost every year. Almost every year. Granted, they haven't gone far in the playoffs since they won the Super Bowl. I guess since they lost the Super Bowl to New England. That was the last time they were in the Super Bowl. But yeah, like he gets them in the playoffs despite the fact that they're a really flawed team. Like with a bad defense, bad O-line. He still gets them to the playoffs every year. And like, you know, like with our defense and with Wilson in the slot, like, or no, in the pocket. With Wilson in the pocket and that defense, that's good enough to at least make it to second round championship. I'm not going to be like, oh, he's going to take us to the Super Bowl. But like, if we're being realistic here, I could see us maybe going to maybe the championship round, maybe the second round, you know, depending on our record. If this is all hypothetical, by the way. This is all hypothetical. If Wilson were to get actually traded to the Bears. But yeah, that's really interesting stuff. So I mean, that's all that's pretty much been said. There's nothing that's been official yet. But yeah, that's something that Bears fan, like any fan of any team should really like keep an eye on, is the Wilson trade. Up next we have Bobby Lashley winning the WWE Championship this week on Raw. This was very good. I made the first ever DUDECAST episode was about Monday Night Raw and talking about how it was a really good show under Paul Heyman. Honestly, towards the end of 2020 and 2021, Raw has been okay. You know, like the thing with Raw, with me and Raw is like every Monday I'm like really excited to watch Raw because like every time it's Monday I'm like, oh, I know what time it is. It's time for Monday Night Raw, you know. But like, I don't know, man. Raw's just been like on and off for me. Like they'll have a strong episode one week and then they'll just have like an absolute dud, like a kind of a dudish episode. You know, it's just like, But like, I still think it's a good show. It's an entertaining show. I mean, like the wrestling on there is really fucking good. They got really good talent. It's just like the booking of that show is just like hit or miss, you know? Like this week it was a hit because Bobby Lashley won the fucking WWE Championship. Um, I think they said it was like 16, 17 years it took for this to happen. But that wait was definitely worth it because honestly, I'm surprised it took him this long to put the title on. I'm surprised they didn't put the title back on him back in his prime, like when he was young. That comes as a shock to me because, Vince loves his big muscly men. So that shocks me that he didn't put the title on him sooner, like, but, like they put Lashley in this thing with MVP and like they went off to the races after that. And then they started the Hurt Business, and then Shelton Benjamin got involved, and Cedric Alexander got involved. And, like, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, they won the tag titles. Lashley won the U.S. title. He lost it to Riddle at Elimination Chamber. And 2 weeks later, he beats The Miz and becomes the WWE champion. It's exciting stuff. I'm happy for him, He's definitely earned it. I'm interested to see what they do because obviously he's going to be a very strongly booked champion for sure. Which is why I'm nervous to see if they're going to do Drew versus Bobby because they love Drew and they book him very strong. I mean, he just had like a 25 minute match this week with Sheamus. That was a pretty damn good match. But yeah, they love booking Drew strong. And they also love booking Bobby strong. And so I'm kind of anxious and kind of worried how they're going to do that. If they end up doing it at all. Because Drew's coming for that title. That's happening. We're going to get Drew versus Bobby at some point. That is going to happen. But, like, then you start thinking of, like, fantasy stuff, like, what if they booked Bobby and Roman, like, at Survivor Series? Like, you got Bobby Lashley, who's the WWE champion. You got Roman Reigns as Universal champion. You book that match, who wins? Like, you got two really strongly booked guys put them together in a ring. Who wins? Who knows? Probably Roman, but like, it wouldn't be clean, that's for sure. Sure as shit would not be clean. But yeah, we're definitely going to get Drew versus Bobby at some point. That is definitely happening. Probably at Mania, I'd guess. I mean, I was really hoping we'd get like Drew versus Sheamus in like a storyline driven match for Mania, but we could get Bobby versus Drew for the title. I mean, WrestleMania is going to be in front of fans this year, which thank God, like hopefully it stays like that. I mean, granted, stuff can happen, stuff can happen that's out of their control and things can change, but from the sounds of it, it sounds like they're going in with this being in front of people thing. And I'm good. I'm glad that's the case because, I miss the crowd, man. I miss the crowd. And, like, they should have been there when Drew won it. They should have been there when Bobby won it. Like, things would turn out so... I feel like things would have turned out a little differently in 2020 for WWE if the pandemic never happened. Like, Drew would still become champion, all that. But, like, I don't know. It's just... I miss the crowds, man. And, thank God they're at Mania this year because, I miss the sound of the crowd. Like, obviously, we got the sound of the audio crowd, but, like, I miss a real crowd, real crowd with real people. I miss that. But, yeah, Bobby Lashley, well-deserved. 16, 17 years it took. It was very well-deserved. He's going to be strongly booked. I don't know how long he's going to hold it for, but I'd say for as long as it took for him to win that, I'd say he definitely deserves to keep it for a while. At least till, like, SummerSlam, a little past SummerSlam, somewhere around there. Give it till about like mid-August, if it even lasts. If it even lasts that long. Because I'm kind of worried it might not. They might slap that title back right on Drew, or who knows? Maybe Bobby will be Drew at Mania. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's interesting. So for our last subject for today, let's talk about puppies. Let's talk about puppies. Um, so yeah, my my family is getting a new puppy, or I guess not a new one, but like another puppy. Uh, we still have Miley. She's gonna be 12 years old here soon, because this month is her birth month, so she's gonna be 12 here soon. She's old. She's getting real old. She's all gray now. Uh, but like, you know, my parents have been like debating on getting a new dog for a while now, and like they would have gotten a new dog sooner, but like they could not agree on what dog they wanted, because my mom wanted a little dog, since Miley's a little dog. They want my mom wanted a little dog, and my dad wanted a big dog. Like he wanted like a German Shepherd, like stuff like that. You know, like a retriever, lab, you know, all that kind of stuff. And my mom and my dad, they could not come to an agreement, and so they finally, after what felt like an eternity, uh, they finally came to a conclusion to like officially start looking for another dog, like officially, and they came to the conclusion that they were going to get a Frenchie. My dad was a little opposed to it at first, but after we got to meet them, it changed his mind. Um, and so we decided that we're going to get a girl. It was a toss up between a girl and a boy. Um, and it was a very tough decision. It was a very tough decision. Like it was almost like a Game of Thrones scene, you know, where like they're sitting across the table. We need to make the meeting, you know. Like I've never fucking watched Game of Thrones. I've never watched Game of Thrones except for the one episode, the first episode. Oh god. I've heard it's a great show though. So yeah, we decided we decided on the girl because my dad really wanted a girl. Uh, and plus that's like the third girl in the house compared to like the three guys. You know, me, my bro. No, actually, it's four. Me, my brother, my dad, and the cat, Poe. Uh, it's four boys against two girls. Mom and Miley have been outmatched for years, but they're finally getting a new girl, and we decided because the girl's name was Monkey. Her original name is Monkey, uh, but we're gonna name her Sophie. We just kind of settled on that. We're gonna name her Sophie. We're getting her next Friday, which is I kind of got bummed out because I thought it was gonna be this Friday, and then I found out it was next Friday, so I was a little bummed out about that. Um, but yeah, she's coming next Friday. I'm probably gonna make a video on that, like a little vlog video, I guess, with her. Uh, to you know, like what I did with Poe when we first got him. I made a video, like sort of introducing you guys to him. So I'm gonna introduce you guys to Sophie eventually when we do get her. Um, I'm very excited. It's been a long time since I've had to deal with a puppy. You know, because I'm so used to Miley now since she's been an adult for a long ass time, obviously. I've forgotten what it's like to have a puppy, you know? Like she's always just been like a puppy to us, even though she's a fully grown adult female. Um, but like I forgot like you have to potty train. You have to make sure they don't chew on stuff and eat things that they're not supposed to. Fucking Miley still tries to eat stuff that she's not supposed to. It's going to be an interesting experience for everyone, for sure. But we're looking forward to it. We're really excited to have her. She's cute as hell. She's a Frenchie. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, and hopefully she turns out to be a good dog. I'm sure she will. She's got a lot of personality. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I hope we have a lot of fun. But yeah, so yeah, those are the three things that I just covered in this episode. I mean, I could talk about MLB, but like, there's not much to really talk about other than like spring training is happening right now, and the Cubs are like winning every game. They've won like 3 straight, I think. But like, that's about it, really. So yeah, that's it for episode 7 of the DUDECAST. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And that Overwatch video is coming. It is coming. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. And as always, I will see you guys later in the next video. Goodbye.